Wayne has given us plenty of highlights and headlines, but I also remember with fondness some non-headline moments, some examples of why, just exactly why he's regarded, as Darren and Roy both said, as the epitome of the team player. Just two come to mind from Champions League finals alone. The unglamorous shift out wide in Moscow in 2008. Apologies to any Chelsea supporters who happen to be in the audience. And then 2011 at Wembley against Barcelona. There's no two ways about it. United were outplayed that night, but Wayne Rooney wasn't. Wayne Rooney did not accept it. He even scored a goal of Barcelona quality. It deserves to be remembered. There was a 1-2 near the touchline. I watched it again last night. 1-2 near the touchline, then straight for goal. Another 1-2 on the edge of the box. Whack. Victor Valdez had absolutely no chance, clawing the proverbial air. And that, I think, I don't know, to me that summed up Wayne Rooney's class as much as anything else. There were 12 players. That was one of Barcelona's best ever performances. There were 12 players at Wembley giving a masterclass, and it was just a pity that only 11 of them got a medal. And then there were the moments that Wayne himself would probably rather forget. Yes, in his youth he did pick up the odd red card. But look at him now. In nearly 7 years there's been just the one, and that was down to a mere misjudgment. Was it? I think it was. It was, yeah. You see, he can't even remember it. I think it was against Aston Villa. But star player, now quite well disciplined as well as brilliant, is never going to make a headline. It remains true that responsibility rests well on the shoulders of this young man. Not just a footballer now, but a proud husband and a father. And as has already been mentioned, an enthusiastic contributor to the welfare of society, as underlined by his foundation's donation of 1.2 million, I think I read, to children's charities after his testimonial. Yep, Wayne, I'm sorry to have to be the one to break this to you, but you're in severe danger of becoming a role model. Speaking of which, it's great to have you here with Colleen. Childhood sweethearts? Yes. And now your support. Would you please welcome to the stage to receive the Football Writers Association Award on Tribute Night, Wayne Rooney.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to thank Roy Hodgson, Patrick and Darren Fletcher for the great speeches and the great words about myself. I much appreciate it, so thank you very much. And I'd like to thank the Football Writers Association for this very prestigious award. It's a huge honour for me to be here today and receive this award. I know I was looking at the list of the players who've won it beforehand, and to be a part of that list is I'm really proud and a great honour. So thank you all for everyone who picked for me to receive this award. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you just bear with me, there's just a few thank yous I'd like to make to a few people who've helped me. It's in my career, a few personal ones. Obviously, my wife Colleen, who outside of football she's the boss. So no, I really appreciate what she's done, and she's really kept me. You know, sometimes I've had tough moments in my career, and without her support, it would have been difficult for me to get through them. So I appreciate everything she's done, and she continues to support me. So thank you. I'd like to thank everyone, all the managers I've worked with. Roy, I know Roy and David Moyes are here tonight, so I really appreciate the help you've given me throughout the years, and David for giving me my first game, my debut. I'll never forget that moment, and obviously Roy for picking me to captain my country, which is still to this day probably the proudest moment I've had in football. So thank you to all my managers I've worked with, Sir Alex, now Mourinho, Capello, Sven-Goran Eriksson, Louis van Gaal. So there's been a few, but each one has contributed a lot to me being the player I have been, I am, and continue to be. So I'd like to thank all my managers for that. Thank you. And obviously my teammates, there's too many to mention. A few here, obviously Darren, Wes, Lewis Sahar here tonight. You know, I'm here picking this award up for them as well, because without their service, their support, day in, day out at the training ground, I wouldn't be picking this award up. So too many to mention, but I'd like to thank all my teammates, each and every one of them. Thank you. And then I know in this day and age, football is going to a different level in all different ways, I think, and I think agents now in football play a big part in a lot of things, but I think I've been with Paul since I was 16, and he's played a huge role in my life, not only as an agent but as a friend. And I think nowadays it's a shame when you see what agents are doing with players, trying to take as much money as they can, but I'm one of the lucky ones who can say I've got an agent who's a friend, who has looked after me, Colleen, my family, and helped us, again, stay a bit sane through some tough times. So I'd like to thank Paul for his support every day, so thank you, Paul. And I think in football, as Roy said before, I've been through some very good moments and some low moments. And I think as a young player, growing up at my time at Everton, coming through the academy, all I wanted to do was play football, and that's all you, as a kid, you dream of, and you don't realise everything which comes with football. I didn't obviously realise that as a kid, and when I got to 17, 18, I was starting to realise, this is not what I thought it's gonna be like. So, and then there's tough moments which you go through, and I think I went through tough moments, and I realised very early on to get to where I want to go and to be the player I want to be, I have to be strong mentally to deal with this. Otherwise, I'd crumble. And I realised early on, in a lot, obviously, you guys tonight who give me this award, it's yes, everyone has opinions, which is I respect, I understand, and I have my opinions on players also, which I know is great. So, but I think, which for me, I think the young players now, they have to understand the media is a massive part in football, and I've seen it firsthand, obviously, since becoming captain of Manchester United in England. I've seen that firsthand, and it's I think the quicker you realise that and you recognise the media is has a huge influence on the game, I think the better for the younger players, and especially the young English players, because they're the ones who have to go out and they have to try and perform with this pressure, which is tough. And I also feel it's sometimes unfair, and sometimes it's right. So I think the one thing I think which for me should happen is the younger players can realise that, the media can realise that, and at this moment in time there's a huge gap in between the media and the players. So I think the quicker, I think it works both ways, the media and the players can come together and meet in the middle. For me, I think the better for English football, for the English national team, and I think that would be great. So it's obviously not only you guys, the players need to understand that as well, and hopefully, you know, going through it, myself and some of the players, we can try and, you know, speak to them players and try and get some sort of understanding to try and do that, which I think can only benefit us as a nation. So, but once again, I'd like to thank everyone for this award. It's been frantic 24 hours for me. Obviously, with yesterday getting the record and today my kid's first party, rushing here to come aboard. I thank Jose Mourinho for giving me tomorrow off, so I can have a rest tomorrow. But no, I think it's a huge honour for me to stand here and receive this award. I play football to win trophies with my teammates. That's what I started the game in, and that's how I'll finish the game. But it's a great honour, and when I finish playing, I'll look back at these moments and I'll be really proud. So thank you very much.